Hello and welcome back to the channel. So this is the part 3 of our advanced ICAS solution for Coder. So this is where we have left off. We have simply set up our lean up and lean down functionality so that our character can properly adopt the surface below. And this is the end result what we have achieved in our last video. So let's get started, guys, for fixing our feet IK. So I'm going to open my animation blueprint. So our lean functionality is done. We can hide the traces. Yeah, we can hide the traces. So next thing is we need to trace against each our feet to find out how much we want to move our feet up and down. So inside my calculate feet IK, I will use a new function calculate fit offset. So first of all, we have calculated lean up and down. Next, we will I have created a function and use it calculate fit offset. Remember, in our first video, we have created these four bonds. Now we will use these four bonds to trace against each feet. So I have used a sequence to trace against each our feet. So here I just prepare this functionality and copy and paste it for all my remaining feeds. First of all, get owning component, get socket location. So our X and Y locations will be coming from our this virtual bonds. And for our Z, we need a, if I open the animation, you can see if I use the same virtual bond for my Z height, you can see the Z height also changes inside the animation. So it is not recommended to use the same virtual bond for our Z axis, because it will like destroy the whole animation when we modifying the feeds. So we have used the root bond as our Z axis so that it will remain linear throughout the animation. And we have a complete linear trace. Like trace should not change the Z height when we are running on a plane surface. See, if we are running on a plane surface, if I use the same bond, the Z height also changes in a plane surface, which is not good. And that's why we will use root bond, because the Z is not changing of our root bond when running on a plane surface. I hope you got my point. And if let's say I disconnect these sequence pins just for testing purpose. So here's the trace start, R and IK location. Promote it to variable and use this variable and like add 200 in Z axis and subtract 400 from the Z axis. And now if I debug for one frame and show you, here you can see the trace for our right feet, and you can see the X and Y axis following the feet, but Z remain the same. And now the next part is if the trace does hit something, then we need the impact point. This is our hit location. We will subtract our obviously the start location, and if I print this value over here, you can see it is like a static value -0.1. But let's say if I use the same Z bond over here, see the Z changes. So it is not, this information cannot tell us how much we want to move our feet up and down. See, we are running on a plane surface and the Z is not same. So that is the reason we use root bone as the axis. So this is now giving us our static offset. If I rotate my cube, you can see you will see the offset changes, like different value. Okay, and now we need, this is the really important step, our hand offset. So before explaining this step, we will enable our animation graph so that our feeds are adopting the terrain properly. So inside our procedure ground alignment, I have also created a new animation layer, which I have called feet IK layer. We just need to create a new animation layer, add an input pose, like so. So after our leaning up and down functionality, we will add the feet IK support on top of it. What this layer contains, this contains 4 modify bones, one for each feet. Let's say we are modifying the right foot only, this foot. So if I, let's say, change the Z to 20, you will see that the right foot is, we are playing the animation and our right foot is 20 units above the ground. So this we will need to place our offset to virtual bones, each virtual bone. Remember, we have created 4 extra bones from our root to each feet. So we will use these 4 bones here. So I have used transform modify bone, and I have selected the root R hand, this bone, R hand, L hand, R foot, L foot. And what I have done here is ignore rotation and scale and simply use the transition mode, add to existing into component space. So we will add the offset to our existing height, and then at the end of it, I have added a leg IK node. I have placed all the legs information in a single node. Like we can add number of elements in the array. Like the first element contains IK bones. IK bones, obviously we will use virtual bones as our IK bones. So IK bone will be our virtual bone. FK bone, obviously these are our feet bones, actual feet bones, R hand and R, L hand, R foot, R, L foot, these bones. Number of limbs to and enable rotation limit, hinge rotation axis Z. I will show you what this means. So if I select my forearm, you can see we are rotating in Z axis. So that's why hinge rotation axis is Z. And similarly, all the remaining bones are set up in the same way. So if I, let's say, add 20 offset to each my leg, here you can see the same animation is running and our feet are 20 units above the ground. So this is in a nutshell, our feet IK bones are properly our feet IK layer is properly set up. We can modify our existing animation that we are playing using just modifying the Z axis, and leg IK is adopting everything at the end. So I will end this video at this point, and in the next video I will show you guys the remaining functionality to achieve this feet height offset in a proper manner, so that when we are running around on a on a different terrain, our fields properly adjusted. So I will see you in the next one.